Hello, lads, and Happy New Year to you all. Man, random motivation really just hits hard, doesn't it? 1 second I'm cleaning my room, the next I'm loading up No More Souls to play with, because I haven't heard it in a while, and finally I'm drafting a script for a video that I never even planned to make. Anyway, you read the title. Today, we're talking about No More Souls to play with, a one-shot FNF song about the All-Father. There might be a lot of you who, like me, appreciate the storytelling opportunity that FNF songs sometimes bring to a character. And while I have my problems with how EXEs are treated in the FNF community, I can absolutely appreciate the genius of this song, musically and thematically. In the song, you face the All-Father, an EXE made by Jack Gore. The canon has since changed following the song's release, but since the version here is based on Legacy All-Father, I will go over his character as such. In lore, in case you were not aware, the All-Father was a forgotten god in biblical scripture, portrayed as a large golden calf that was worshipped by the Israelites, led by Aaron, Moses' brother. After Moses' warned God of the rise, God had wiped out the people for turning to such sin. From then on, the All-Father's influence diminished greatly. You see, this entity gains power based on its influence and how many people are aware of its existence, and as time went on, it tried its best to gain any kind of foothold in the world. It built a name for itself with Sonic specifically, having been documented in this form and spread around the internet as the classic Sonic.exe story. And over time, as it grew, he evolved into other forms to grow his name, most notably a Fatal Error variant and a 2017X variant. The point is, his power was growing again, and this all culminated in the one-shot FNF mod I'm talking about today. However, from here on, it should be said that this is fan-made and not tied into canon. The devs involved just had a lot of talent and wished to use the character for the story they wanted to tell. The song itself was made by roughly 6 people, who all worked together to make the song a reality. Retrios, a prominent EXE artist, was responsible for working on specifically the Guardians and canon content, with compositions being done by Sugarmoon, most known for working on One Shot Mania. I'd also just like to say that their way of naming a remix of theirs is super clever, sugar-coated. God, that is so cool. Other prominent devs include Pixstix, Coffee, Umberman, Albert Dev, and Playground of Dreams, all of which have their respective links in the description if you wish to pay them any mind, which you should. Jack Gore was not involved to my knowledge in any way. The story that I aim to tell through lens of headcanons and minor knowledge and how music makes one feel is also not tied to what the devs were probably thinking in any way. This video is just for fun because the song is very good, and I want to incite people to maybe think more in depth about musical storytelling. But without any further delay, let's actually talk about the song, why I like it, and what story can be pieced together from it. We fade in slowly to All-Father in a desolate voidscape. An empty record sounds off in the background as we zoom in on this thing. And the song begins. And the first thing that anyone might notice is the vocals. They're strange as hell. They sound so scary and unnatural. They clearly aren't vowels per se. It's almost like he's actually speaking to us. Maybe in lore, our character just can't possibly hope to comprehend the lament that All-Father could be singing. These vocals are actually sliced from Joji, a prominent singer that you might know. They come from his Run music video. The beginning and onward is so scary to me. I attribute it to a game over screen of sorts. It sounds as such, which is a testament to Moon's way of conveying the feeling of emptiness throughout the song. It's rather melancholic. There's a brief interlude as the song transitions into something else entirely. Like it's all over. It's wonderful music, which is a testament to Moon's way of conveying the feeling of emptiness throughout the song. The instrumental switches into more upbeat rhythms. The chart switches around and, just to add salt in the wound, obviously. It's bad enough that you got me singing this damn song for you all, Daddy, but seriously, you have to make it harder for me? Anyways, this feels personal. It feels directed at us specifically. His eyes never darting away to look at some new scene. It's just us in this desolate voidscape. It feels like he's putting on one final performance. But why? Why is the song called No More Souls to Play With? And why is he so antagonistic in these final moments? And then it hits you. Let's start at the beginning. Remember that empty record? Well, that was placed there intentionally. Records play audio, and after the disc has been spun fully, the record stops, and it makes this weird white noise. Because the lining is nowhere, there's no noise to transmit. I believe that this is to imply that a record is running its course, and finally coming to an end with one last song. And that song is us. This is that song. We are the last of an entire species. Humanity has fallen to the knees of this abomination, and the Allfather won. We let him. There is truly, now more than ever, nothing left. Just think about it for a second. Please realize the damage here. Every single soul, women, children, infants, people who had lives were likely tortured for endless entertainment, years upon years, soaking in all the fun it could possibly have before wiping all of us out. As prophesized in the wiki pages it used to gain its power, it used our obsession to learn and understand against us, and that's the horror of No More Souls to Play With. At least to me. I mean, it's subtle horror, not entirely in your face or shoved down your throat by a wiki page. It's a song with room for interpretation, exactly my kind of thing. And, it just sounds really good. I'm not even like a fan of Allfather much at all, but this song gives me such an appreciation for his character. I honestly don't think it works with any other EXE, which is why it affects me so much that Allfather was used. But let's move forward. I think the song leaves a lot of room for interpretation, as I said. That was mine, but how did others take it? What kind of stories did other people spin with just 3 minutes and a wiki page? Well, my friends, F&F lyricists. You know them, you may hate them, but I love them. And boy, there are some really good versions of this song. All with their own strengths and weaknesses. But 3 I have for you today are among my favorites. So let's talk about them. First up is the most popular version of this song, the lyrical cover by Abysmal Chaos. This cover explores a much more introspective kind of view. Here, Allfather has been locked out of reality, and as the gateway into our world from his closes, he sings one final song to whoever is listening to keep spreading his name around, whatever it takes. Because one day, the gateway will open up once more, and he'll be back. Next, of course, is Luke Goji's take on No More Souls. No More Souls? What the fuck? Next, of course, is Luke Goji's take on No More Souls, which seems to be more in line with the classic interpretation of what this song, I think, is about. It's super powerful, and it feels slightly emotional. And despite the synthetic voice, as with the other one would be foolish not to admit just how nice this sounds. It's not so much threatening, but rather kind of skulkish. It feels like a king wandering the lands of their palace left forgotten, which is a pretty neat mood.
Sing the tune along with me, for the both of us are stuck in misery. Witness the living and the violence, who wants to shine so bright, oh, just so bright, oh, feel the madness, that is what through the silence, that buried all the light.
And finally, this take by Withra, who, by taking a look at their channel, is an interesting person. Either way, despite the creator scorning this as their creation for lack of quality, this cover is just so cool to me.
It's got wabi-sabi.
And there's so much charm in the lyric, and the vocals are actually sung by a person. Oh, and then there's this. I appreciate you guys taking a look at this yap fest of a video. It was definitely made in spurt of passion, so excuse any rushed pacing or communication of themes. I hope this sparks discussion of some kind in the comments. I'd like to hear opinions down there. I'm not expecting a lot of attention on this video, but again, I just wanted to come here and talk about a really good song in my opinion. So, with that being said, thank you guys for being awesome, and remember, don't drown.